Knitting techniques. The alternating cable cast on. Left-handed. To download a guide with our 5 favorite tips to improve your knitting right now, visit newstitchaday.com/5knittips. For this tutorial, you'll need the following materials: a pair of knitting needles, and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Lion's Pride Woolspun, available exclusively at Michael's Craft Stores and lionbrand.com, in the color Taupe. The alternating cable cast on is a version of the cable cast on which creates a nice durable edge, which is great for pieces of fabric that are going to have a lot of wear and tear, like the edge of your sleeve or a collar or the bottom of a sweater. The difference here is the alternating cable cast on adapts the cable cast on for ribbing. In this case I've got a 1x1 ribbing, and while this still maintains a lot of the durable qualities of the cable cast on, it's a lot more stretchy. So you can have a much more flexible edge with it still being nice and durable and strong. And the cast on is a little bit more seamlessly in line with the ribbing. You can see that it creates sort of this zigzag shape here. So let me show you how we actually do this cast on. Step 1, we're going to take our yarn and we will make a slip knot, and then we will place that on our needle like so. Now for step 2, we're going to take our working needle and we're going to insert our needle into the slip knot knitwise. For step 3, we're going to work this just like we would a knit stitch, and we will draw out some additional slack on that stitch. Now this is just like the knitted on cast on. And for step 4, we're just going to place that slack onto the main needle and tighten it down. Now this is where we begin to deviate from the knitted on cast on. So for step 5, we're going to insert our needle in between these 2 stitches. Okay? So instead of going into the stitch, we're going to go right between the 2 like so. Okay, see that? And for step 6, we're going to yarn over and draw the yarn through. And again, we will bring out some slack and place this on our needle. Okay, and we'll just tighten that down lightly. Alright, so that was step 6. For step 7, instead of going in between these 2 from the front to the back, we're going to do that, but we're going to go from the back to the front. Okay? So we're basically creating what would essentially be a purl stitch. Alright? And then we will yarn over and draw through. That's step 8, I believe. And we will pull out some slack and place that on our needle. Okay, so we're going to repeat this sequence starting from what I believe was step 5. So we'll go from front to back, yarn over and draw through, pull out some slack and place that on our needle, and then we'll come back to front and work the stitch just like we would a purl stitch. Draw out some slack and place that on the needle. Okay, I'm going to do that for you again. So again, front to back. We're going to make sure we come right between these 2. We don't want to split the stitch and we don't want to go into the stitch. We want to come between the 2 stitches, like so. Okay, and we'll work that just like we would a knit stitch. Place that on our main needle, and then we're going to come in the other direction, back to front, and work this like a purl stitch. So essentially what we're creating is a 1x1 rib here but we'll have a cable cast on edge. And so we'll just continue working these 2 stitches. You can actually even do this if you had like a 2x2 rib. You could do 2 knit stitches and then 2 purl stitches, or any other combination depending on the rib that you want. So that's how we do the alternating cable cast on.
Hey, I'm Johnny Vasquez, founder of New Stitch A Day and your teacher for this tutorial. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn from us. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, we produce new content every single day, hence New Stitch A Day. You can click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single stitch. And if you click one of the links to the side here, you can see the previous stitch in our series or the next stitch in our series. And if you click this link, you'll be able to see one of my favorites. And don't forget, you can also download a PDF with the written instructions for this tutorial by clicking or using the URL link that's on the screen. Again, I want to thank you so much for learning with us, and I hope that we've helped make your knitting and crochet skills a little bit better today. Yarn on!